So nice.
Hey, it's me, Jessie Sprocket. I'm the Communications Director here at the Generator.
And I'm Alicia Dynamic, and I'm the Education Manager here at the Reno Generator.
Hey, Des. And Signal Boost, if you've never tuned in, it's an art and culture show that we do every Wednesday, and we just highlight different cool people from Northern Nevada who are just doing nice stuff out here. Rad stuff. Yeah, we got Kay, who we're going to interview in person. But first, we'd like to do a What's New With You. There's a lot that's new with us. It's the flea market in like 3 days.
Yes.
If you don't know about the Reno Punk Rock Flea Market,
you better get informed.
You better Google it, because I'm not going to waste time trying to explain it to you. I
don't have any time to explain.
It would be a waste of your time as the communications director and the founder of the event, so certainly.
I've had to talk about it a lot. So, but it's a 2-day festival. It's this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. 16 bands from local and far. Over 150 vendors. A bounce house. A half pipe. Gladiator pit.
Cool shit.
Like, there's just so much. You get to smash cars. Just Google it, and then just come. It's like $7 at the door, and it's gonna be really fun. It's the 5-year anniversary.
It's gonna be awesome.
Sweet. Yeah.
We're excited.
We're gonna get a cake from Costco, and we're all gonna sing happy birthday to the flea market. It's gonna be so good.
And then what?
What do you mean, and then what?
What are you gonna do with the cake?
We're gonna eat it.
Oh, I think you would like smash it. Or something.
Well, we're gonna ask her, do you need to slice it with a sword and then swallow the sword?
With the cake?
With some cake on it, yeah. I don't know if you can do that, but we're gonna ask
Why
her.
not?
I hope it doesn't choke.
Well, because the way you have to
Gum it up.
Yeah.
Gum up the tube.
And you don't want to gum that tube up.
Gum up that tube.
So, but he'll probably just do a thing where he always does, where he'll be like, cut, and then he'll take it and he'll like whip out his handkerchief and he'll be like, phew, flunk.
And do it. Yeah.
And then we'll all go, ah.
Yeah. It's gonna be
You're
like,
high.
don't you be there? For
Yeah.
that?
Yes.
I'm gonna poetry snap for it.
So that's what's new with me is like a lot of that energy. Frantic, setting up an event that has 5,000 people attend. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not melting down, but I am melting down.
It's okay. We got this.
Yeah, we got it. Kay's one of the core volunteers too, but we'll get into that in a minute. What's new with you, Alicia?
Oh man, nothing good, so.
So, moving on. It's been a stressful couple
Yeah.
of weeks, and we're just trying to hang in there and throw a great party despite it all.
Yeah.
And we've done this before in more difficult times, I think. So
Probably.
yeah, Alicia and I have been throwing parties together for like 12 years at this
Yeah,
point,
it's true.
and they're mostly
Some are
always-
sketchier than others.
Ooh.
Some are more legal than others.
Yeah.
This one's legal though.
This one is super legal.
So legal.
Yeah, so it's gonna be fine. We're even gonna have an EMT and security.
Yeah.
Do you know someone named Joyless?
I don't know. What's up,
They're
Joyless?
saying some stuff.
Hey,
Yeah.
I can't see what you're saying, but Alex can.
It's kind of vulgar.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
vulgar things. That's intense.
I don't know, if it was your friend, I would say
I don't know.
the words.
Hey, I hope you're excited about the fleet. Maybe you're angry. That sucks. Be angry though. It's fine. Well, all right. Let's get into Kay. Kay, maybe it's your friend saying vulgar things.
Well.
Well, on that note, introduce
Suddenly
yourself.
every bad word I know has gone completely out of my brain.
Ta-da. Can you introduce yourself?
I am Kay. Like the letter, that's not Kate, just K. Like that. And I do a lot of art and a lot of different kind of things. It's like a personal goal of mine to collect as many hobbies as I can before I die. One of the hobbies that I do and one of the artistic things that I do is I do floral design. And I teach classes on how to do floral design at Sparks Florist. And that's super exciting because I get to pick what all of my classes are. I get to completely create my own curriculum and do my own designs for that. And I try to make it pretty diverse in things. So I'm super stoked about doing that.
Yeah, and you have a cool pride flower arrangement coming up.
I do. So one of the funnest things I think to make is flower crowns. And they're so much fun and can be used for so many different events. But I wanted to make sure that my flower crown class had something that you could actually wear it to. So I figured Pride would be kind of the perfect scenario for that. So the day before Pride, which is, I have to check what the date on that is. I have so many dates floating around in my head. July 22nd. July 22nd is the Friday before Northern Nevada Pride. I'm teaching my flower crown class at Sparks Florist. And
want to make one. We should go make. Can kids come?
Yeah.
Nice.
so kids can come. I do have a bit of an age limit on
Okay.
that though. Because it is held in a big warehouse and there's a lot of breakables.
Okay. Second follow-up question: could I make multiple crowns if I paid extra?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. If you pay the extra for it, then yes, you can.
Okay. Because I feel like I can't go and make a flower crown and then come home to my beautiful children and be
Yes.
like, I didn't make one for you.
So no, that's absolutely allowed. And the other cool thing about it is, because I want it to be inclusive to everybody, so I'm going to have a wide array of different types of flowers in different colors. So you can pick your own colors.
Oh,
so if you
your
want to
own
make,
pride
whatever your flag is.
Oh, like a little bisexual.
Adorable.
Little bisexual crown.
Yep. I will be making mine in probably bi-colors, maybe asexual colors. I don't know. That's gonna be a weird thing for
Like
me.
half
But
and half. I don't know the asexual colors.
it's all purple and white and gray and black.
Oh, that fits. I like
Yeah.
that. That works for you.
Set of tones.
Nice.
So, and I got ribbons, so you can put like a big old bow with like the big trailing like ribbons on it.
I feel like bi into asexual like really works though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, because it's like pink, purple, and
Yeah,
blue.
exactly.
So, and then you already got the purple there, so it's just like
Yeah.
all the way
It
across.
really works.
Nice. What other classes do you have coming up?
So I'll just read to you from my schedule here. My next one is actually May 17th. So soon. I try to do at least one a month.
Nice.
Is typically the goal. So my next one is going to be my Bring May Flowers class. So I did my April Showers class, and now I have the Bring May Flowers class.
Cute.
Because I'm corny like that. And so that one will be like a really rustic design and all kind of pinks and whites. And then I have in June, I have Brunch Balloons, which is bright, happy summer colors.
Nice.
In preparation for all of our summer festivities and activities. So that one will be in like pinks and blues, like really vibrant pinks and blues. And then the Rainbow Royalty Flower Crown class will be July 22nd. And then I actually have 2 classes in July.
Nice.
So I have that one, and then I have my Summer Paradise class, which is Tropicals.
Ooh.
Which is a little different and a
No
little harder.
obnoxious America floral design.
Nope, no America floral design.
Terrible carnations.
Nope, no. We get on vacation. We're just gonna get vacation vibes.
That's good.
I like
Full
that.
vacation vibes.
I like that. I wanna learn some tropicals.
Yeah.
So okay, I love that you're promoting this and that you're getting everybody into floral design, because I think it's like, you know, it's like such a zen hobby and it's so Montessori
So therapeutic.
yes, yeah, and I feel like more people need to get into it because it's like it's really an accessible art form, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I also want to know how you got into florals.
So I actually started floral design in high school when I was 14. So I went to AACT, which is Academy of Arts, Careers and Technology, and they had their agriculture department.
Oh.
And so as part of the agriculture department, we had a tiny, tiny little flower shop that was literally a closet. It was a closet with a cooler in it and kind of a table. And so I learned it as an extracurricular activity to be able to compete in floral design for FFA.
What's FFA?
FFA is Future Farmers of America.
Oh wow.
I don't know any of these things.
So people compete in
all different kinds of things.
All different kinds of things.
Do you go as a school?
So yeah, so you compete individually, but you're representing your school.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I competed in that, and then I ran my high school's flower shop for about 2 years. And then I got out of it for a little while, and I moved on to doing photography stuff, still keeping with the art form stuff.
Yeah.
because I can't stand corporate office job. So I moved away from that and I did photography for a little while. And then after high school, then I was like, this job sucks, and this job sucks, and this job sucks. And the photography job didn't suck, but it didn't pay very well because I only worked 2 days a week.
But
so,
florist is paying?
so you are not a florist because it is a lucrative job.
Yeah.
I am a full-time florist and I make enough money to live, which is all I need. And I am very much a person who would much rather like have a job that I love than have a job that I can't stand but makes bank.
Yeah.
So after high
Ideally,
school,
all of our jobs should just pay us fairly, right?
yeah, well,
Regardless of how likable they are.
Yeah.
Just saying.
So, but my job does pay me enough to live, and that's what I need it to do. It pays me enough to live and enough to like have some hobbies. And I'm
Yeah.
cool with that.
It's so nice. I used to work in a florist, and I think it is such a nice
Yeah.
job. It is such a nice
Mhm.
place to work. Like, it's a nice atmosphere, and like people
Mhm.
buying flowers. Like, I don't know.
Well,
It's
and
nice.
I've had days where I go into it and I'm like I am having a crap morning,
Mhm.
horrible crap morning. I do not want to be awake at this time. And then I go into my work and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna sit and I'm gonna make something happy and I'm gonna vibe to this for a second. And then I go and I grab some flowers and I grab a vase that I want and I make something really cool. And then at the end of it, I'm like, all right, I feel a little better.
Yeah.
And it is the only job that I have ever had where people call me to tell me that I have done good work.
Love that.
Usually, like, when people call and they're like, so I ordered flowers from you, and I'm like, oh, what did I do? And then they're like, and it was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, and my mom loved it so much she cried. And I'm like, okay. So it's a very, very rewarding
yeah, being
kind of
validated
industry.
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
your art is epic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you get to be creative and, do all of this cool stuff all the time. But, at the end of the day, like I do it for me because I enjoy doing it, but at the same time I also do it because I like the way that I have an effect on other people.
Mm-hmm.
Because even in like the sad scenarios, when you do funeral
Yeah.
flowers and stuff,
Mhm.
your whole job is to make somebody feel better and make their day better.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so having your entire goal just to be to make people happy and make pretty things.
That's awesome.
while touching plants, which
Yeah.
is nice.
Yeah.
It's nice.
The earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kay made a really beautiful floral arrangement for my birthday in Sonora.
Yes, and that it was a character in D&D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He successfully disguised himself as a maintenance man
Yeah.
and wore a mustache.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
In
forget.
real life.
Literally wore a costume
I
mustache.
don't
to
remember
plant.
what his names were.
So his name originally was Grover Gravelia.
Okay.
And then we renamed him as part of his disguise to
Maintenance
be
man character.
Jorge.
Jorge.
Yeah.
Jorge.
And that's how he's living now, is Jorge.
Yeah.
Just D&D stuff.
Yeah.
But okay, aside from the floral stuff, you also do a lot of different kinds of art. Like you have a design in the punk rock flea market, and
Yes, I do.
one of the T-shirts, actually two different. It's the same design, but it's in a black and a white T-shirt,
Yes.
which is dope.
Yes.
Yeah.
Versatility.
Yes, and you're putting in an installation in the new vending machine. We took the art vending machine from a vending machine that vends art into a vending machine that is art. So now it's an art installation space.
Yeah.
And Kay is the first artist to do an installation in it.
Yeah, which I'm super excited about. I may have gone a little bit overboard in this because now it's like a whole full concept thing.
I know.
So-
Do you want to describe the concept a little bit?
Okay. So the concept of this vending machine starts with a couple characters that I've been drawing for years and years and years. The main one, his name is Ether, and Ether is basically my personified version of like a muse. Ether exists within the subconscious realm and is fascinated with stuff from our like daily waking life. Whether it be the good, the bad, or the ugly, because art inspiration comes from everywhere. And he stores those things with him in the subconscious world for artists and stuff to pull inspiration from. The sprouts are these little tiny guys that have the physical capabilities of going back and forth between the subconscious world and the physical world, and they worship ether as a deity. So they come into our world and find things that they think that ether might like and bring them into the subconscious to give to ether, and then ether stores that with him, and we pull from his pile of goodies when we're looking for inspiration to do stuff.
So in the installation, it's kind of the ether space inside?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So the concept is that we're basically buying from the vending machine for our artistic
and
inspiration.
ether's in the subconscious inside of it.
Yeah, so the whole inside of the vending machine is the subconscious world that ether resides in. So it's this weird, funky, multicolored landscape with ether standing all nice and tall and big and gorgeous and kind of freaky looking, but that's okay.
It's part of the charm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a weird looking dude. Kind of fleshy, kind of bony at the same time.
And then the sprouts are there.
And then the sprouts are there, giving them gifts and everything. And then the sprouts can move back and forth between worlds, so they come in and out of the little open flap of the vending machine.
Love that.
As the kind of barrier between realms, I suppose.
Hell yeah.
I like that. I like the way you incorporated the mechanism of the vending machine into the
Yeah.
Vending artistic inspiration.
It has like big shoes to fill. Yeah.
I don't think that'll be very hard. The generator's got some pretty cool people. So it's
Yeah, hit us up if you want to install some art in the vending machine. And you started sculpting, right, just for this project?
So I had sculpted a couple times as like a fun thing to do in high school. Because like I said, I collect hobbies. And I want to be able to do everything. However, I also have ADHD, which means that I don't hold on to things for very long sometimes.
We're familiar with this archetype.
Yeah. So I had sculpted a couple of times very briefly, and then I was like, I'm going to do this, and then I was like, I'm going to do this thing, and I got this whole idea, and it's going to be great. I am not a sculptor. Let's see if we can do this. And I watched a couple of YouTube videos, and
That's how we all get here.
bought the wrong kind of clay to start, and then I bought some polymer clay that actually worked.
Nice.
So this is my first real attempt at a sculpting project.
Aren't you supposed to be in school?
I'm playing hooky.
Oh,
Don't
got a
look at the
bad
man
student
over
in
there.
our midst.
Need spankings.
It came out really amazing.
Thank you.
It looks
I'm
really good.
almost done. I have the lighting in my car to
Nice.
install after
That's
this.
so exciting.
So the reveal will be at the Punk Rock Flea Market. So go and check
Yes,
it out. It's in the lounge area, and there'll be a staff and board installation over there too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Guess I gotta get my stuff ready for that.
I am in the middle of making a piece for it.
Wow, like you needed to do that.
Look, I have the idea and I need to see it come to life.
Okay.
It's just gonna take like 400 grommets, but I have 17
Grommets.
minutes to make it. It'll be fine. Well, okay, and then what other things did I want to ask you about? I guess like I would love for you to share your story of how you got involved with the generator and started hanging out here and making art here.
Okay. So I actually started doing stuff here because I did aerial silks with Ski and Kelly. I had a friend who lived in town who was doing it, and I remember the first time that I ever saw aerial silks performing when I was a kid, and I was like, I want to do this. This sounds amazing. But I never really knew how to go about doing that until one of my friends was like, I do this thing, and I was like, please take me with you. So I was doing that for a little while, and that really introduced me to the space. And then I found out about Punk Rock Flea Market, and Punk Rock Flea Market was looking for volunteers and stuff. And so I was like, all right, well, I'll volunteer for this. And then I just became a very consistent volunteer because it was a lot of fun, and I liked the people a lot, and it was just like a really great way for me to get out of the house and meet new people and do new things. And so, then, fast forward a few years later, and now I'm on the main crew for this, which is super rad and really exciting and so much fun. You know, I've just kind of fallen in love with all the generator stuff, and now I'm here all the time.
Kay is really like the best case scenario. Like just finding your people and then like connecting, and it's a success story for sure.
Definitely.
Well, it's a good environment, you know, and it's cool to be surrounded by other, you know, creative individuals to kind of feed off of, and you know, really ride that vibe wave. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I love working with other people because it really like people just have various skills and ideas, and then it just takes the work so much further than you ever thought it could.
Yeah.
It's like just develops and morphs into really magical stuff.
well, and a lot of the stuff that I do is like kind of bizarre style.
I was like, where are we going with this?
Like I've always been surrounded by people who, you know, support my creativity and are like, that's really cool that you make that, or I have other friends who make other things, which is all really cool. But I've in the past run into a lot of like, that's really neat that you do that, but that's a little scary looking, and I don't know if I like it. And then I found all of the other weird goblin-y people here, and they're like,
We out here.
I like this, and I'm like, you do? Woo, cool. So that's been really nice.
Yeah, and Kay was a clown at my birthday for my birthday shoot, and was like a really amazing sad clown. And
like she handmade a bunch of the costume.
Yeah, that's another thing we don't have time to get into today, but I want you to come back another
Talk
time.
about your cosplay.
Yes, Kay is like a very amazing cosplayer and seamstress. So
Cosplay's fun.
yes,
Cosplay's fun.
we got to talk about it next time.
And it gets you into other weird stuff, like
Sure does.
being a tailor for Patrick James, even though you have no formal training.
I don't know who Patrick James is.
Patrick James is a high-end suit store. They only have one in town. It's in South Reno at the Summit
That
Mall.
makes sense.
And I was like, I have no formal training, but I know how to use a sewing machine, and I've been sewing my own costumes since I was 7. Can I have this job? And they were like,
Sure.
okay. Here's a $600 shirt, tailor it. And I was like,
terrifying.
That is
this is the most
terrifying.
expensive thing I've ever laid my hands on. So,
And then you were like,
But it was
cut.
yeah. And then it worked out. It was fine. So.
That's awesome. It's no small feat.
Is there, we'll totally talk about cosplay next time because it's awesome and your work is dope. Maybe we'll do a slideshow and you can talk about your different things while we look at them.
Okay.
That would be sick.
Maybe we can do that when I get a little further into my next one that I'm doing, which is going to cost me hundreds of dollars to make, and it's going to be massive, and then I can bring some in-progress stuff in. So
I want to know what it is.
Sounds exciting.
it's based off of a webtoon. It's a webcomic.
Which one?
Phantom Paradise.
Oh, I don't know.
Lost in Paradise?
Phantom
I know. I'm
Paradise.
just trying to make a Fifth Element reference.
I just really
Folsom?
want to make a really giant, very elaborate headdress.
Cool.
So,
Sure. Yeah.
Nice.
it's like the perfect
I wanna see
opportunity
that.
for that.
Love that.
Okay, so what would you tell an emerging artist who wanted to get into any of the things that you're into? Whether it's let's go with flowers. Let's go with flowers. What would you tell somebody who was like, I've always wanted to be a florist?
Well, I mean, I suppose my first thing would be take my class. Take one of my classes. Come see if you actually really, really enjoy it. It's like a really good stepping stone. And then if you want to get into the industry and you want to get a job in it, then you have something to put on your resume. You're like, I took a floral design class and now I know stuff. And that would be really cool. And then also just practice. Get a vase at Goodwill and go to wherever to get flowers. We sell bulk flowers at Sparks Florist too.
Nice.
And just practice. Make stuff for your mom. Make stuff for your neighbor. Make stuff for yourself, because flowers are just really good, like, self-care stuff.
Yeah, I always have fresh flowers. Always. Yeah.
There is science behind that. Science has proven it is good for your mental and physical well-being to have flowers
I
around.
believe that.
So yeah, just, practice, get out there, meet people, make connections, and really get going with this stuff.
Cool. Jump into it. Go take a class. All right. Anything else you want the good people to know? Your Instagram should be scrolling at the bottom, so follow Kay on Insta at kcup.art.
Kcup kcup.art is my art Instagram, or if you want to see my cosplay, then it's kcupcause. kcupcause, C-O-S. And then if you want to do floral design stuff, then you can go to sparksflorist.com, or you can go to Instagram at sparksflorist. I run our Instagram there, so if you have questions about floral
Just
design
DM.
stuff, just DM me, and I have it attached to my phone, and I will probably be scrolling through messages at 10 o'clock on a Saturday night and have my roommates yell at me for working on
Welcome
weekends.
to my life.
Yep.
This is my whole life. Thanks so much for being on. We love you.
Yes.
You're the best.
Thank you for having me here.
Yay.
I love talking about rad stuff, so
Yeah. We know.
I know, I talk a lot.
No, you're great. You're not even. Alex, is the other interview ready? Nice. So,
Wait, we need to intro it.
yeah, I'm gonna intro it. Yeah, you ready?
I'm
Just
waiting for
staring.
you to intro it.
Staring into your
We're doing it.
eyes.
Oh my God, you guys. So,
Go ahead.
no, you.
Okay. Well, guys, we talked to Joey. I think it's pronounced Parazo.
Yeah.
Specific Islander, or Mellow Mojo is his DJ name. We went over to Royce where he bartends, and we did a little interview with him. Unfortunately, the end of the interview got cut off.
Yeah, it's a little abrupt because we ran out of batteries.
Dude, it was a whole struggle.
It was a real struggle.
And he was so patient and good with my son Cassidy. It turns out great, but the interview is a little bit abruptly ending. So I just want to say, basically, you can book him for events to DJ. He's a really amazing DJ, and he also is on K-Wink, and his show airs twice a week. And just follow him at specific_Islander, and you can DM him for events, and you could also follow and get more info about his K-Wink radio show. So check out this interview, and hopefully we'll have him on again and have a longer chat.
Yeah, we got most of it. It was just the end got cut off.
Yeah, it's just the very end. You still got
So
like
it just
20
ends
minutes.
abruptly. We don't have like the last little bit.
But it's cool. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome. We're here at Royce. I was going to make a joke that we're like in the library of the good doctor, and then I forgot and just autoed to Royce, so it's
I don't
fine.
even understand that joke, so.
I don't know, I just feel like we're in a library.
Okay.
And then I was going to see if he would run with it and how long we could like make a spoof. But maybe
Study.
next time.
Next time.
Yeah.
A little bit next time.
How long we could like make a spoof. But maybe
Study.
next time.
Next time.
Yeah.
A little bit next time.
Hey, could you introduce yourself to everybody?
Yeah, hi. I'm Joey Parazo. I have a show on K-Wink. It's our local community radio station. My show is Euphonic Cacophony. And kind of the ethos of the show is just exposing people to music maybe they've never heard before.
Nice.
And you're also a DJ around town too.
Yes, I am. Actually just had a couple day gig up in South Lake Tahoe for a Maker's Fair this
Ooh.
past weekend.
Really? There was
Yeah.
a Maker Fair
Mhm.
in South Lake this past weekend.
Well,
Yeah.
Wow, I am not up on the happenings.
failed on that. Cool. How was it?
It was great. It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Nice.
It was in South Lake. Where was it hosted?
It was at the Coachman, kind
Okay.
of like this revamped hotel.
Yeah, I know where
situation.
that is.
Yeah, not too far from like the main dragon stuff.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, they had I think over the weekend maybe about 30 people.
And the Maker Fair.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah.
He was DJing at the consumption party, remember?
Oh, yeah. Cool.
And you also bartend
That's
here,
right.
which is why we're at Royce,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
How often are you bartending here?
4 days a week.
Nice.
I jokingly talk about like my 3-day weekends as my dentist doctor weekends I've always wanted.
Dentist, doctor week.
I like
Except I
this.
don't have Fridays off, which is usually
You just have
the
Mondays.
status quo.
Yeah.
Mondays instead of Fridays.
Cool. And so music and DJing is like your main artsy gig.
I'd say so.
Nice.
Yeah.
How did you get into that?
Started record collecting when I was like 15. My mom and all her brothers like grew up in San Francisco, Bay Area, through the 60s and 80s, and I just like started acquiring their record collections.
Nice.
The youngest has still held on to his, although at some point I'd like to get my hands on it.
You're like vying for it. You're like,
Yeah,
eventually.
totally. Because like he used to go to Gilman Street and like
Oh, nice. Yeah.
he just like had all these records from back in the day and just like was really big on the like punk and like really hardcore scene in the
Oh yeah,
States.
spent a lot of time at Amoeba Records.
Totally.
Yeah.
But now he's in Hawaii, so even if I do get it, shipping it over is gonna cost a pretty penny.
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
When are you on K-Wink?
So my show, as of now, airs twice a week. I want to say it's every other week, though. Tuesdays from 11 until 1 a.m. And p.m. And then on Fridays from 4 to 6 p.m.
Nice.
Cool.
And
What-
K-Wink is 97.7 FM, if you didn't know.
If you're not checking it out, you should be. There's a lot of good stuff happening on there.
Yeah, I was literally listening to it on the way here.
Right.
Yeah. So you were saying like just exposing people to music they're not used to, but is there any other kind of, or it's literally anything? It's all.
I guess,
different stuff.
yeah, like, at first I kind of just jumped into it willy-nilly, and now, like, I more or less, like, will pick a loose theme for each episode. This last one was on flowers,
Oh.
either in content and context, or, you know, maybe just has that feel to it.
Nice.
Can you give us an example of a song that you?
Yeah, what did I do? I did Nat King Cole and Joe Stafford, I'll Be With You in Apple Blossom Time. And then, yeah,
That's
kind of
cool.
like all over the place, though, with it.
That's cool though that you're like choose a theme. That
Yeah.
probably helps you like rein it in too.
Yeah,
The
because
creative process of choosing what to. It's
well-
just, it's so unlimited, right? That you
Yeah.
can pull from. So.
well, it was like when I first started doing the shows, it was like once every 2 weeks, and it was a 1 hour long show. After a couple, maybe like the first year, then I bumped it up to 2 hours, and that really.
It's a long show.
Yeah, but it's I still like run into that wall of like 2 hours isn't enough to like, do this theme
You have so
of,
much
of,
to
of, the,
share.
of the music that I wanted to like incorporate into this. So
Oh, that's interesting.
I usually end up having to edit.
I mean, that's
quite a
cool.
bit out.
That's a good way to feel about it,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
You're
for
not
sure.
like, how am I going to fill up all this time? You're
Right.
like, no, I can't even.
Or if it's like a theme, like I did Blue Note Jazz once, and like, there's just it's so expansive that I did 2 episodes, and even that was like just barely scratching the surface. So
Well, it's good. You can always come back to it because
Totally.
if you keep your radio show forever, how long have you had it?
we just passed the 101st episode.
Well,
Wow,
nice.
so a while.
Yeah,
Good job.
yeah, a little over.
2
I
years.
think what we got 5 years now.
5 years.
Yeah, 5 years.
Wow.
5 years or 4 years. One or the other. I have to check.
That's how long K-Wink's been around already?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Time.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, makes sense.
At least high school. I've been doing it for at least as long as high school.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you like the new K-Wink space?
Yeah. I feel like it's taken a little while to like dial everything in, but it's getting a lot closer to feeling like a studio again, not just empty.
Space. Very
It's
nice.
empty space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's rad. It must be nice to be close to the Holland. I mean, the old space wasn't that far, but
Nah.
now
it's
you're
on the
like,
street. But yeah, it's like we're backdoor neighbors now.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Do you ever play vinyl on your?
I've only
could.
I've only done it a few times on the actual show, just because I think mainly accessibility as so far as like the titles that I want. I don't have all of them, and a lot of those, like especially since there's been this resurgence in interest in vinyl, like people printing or like labels printing vinyl as like their main like hard copy platform or format. I feel as though prices on vinyl have gone up, especially like the older vinyl, like
Yeah.
original, like first pressing and stuff like that.
Yeah, it definitely seems like it's had a real resurgence. So I guess a lot more people are getting into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to some friends that are in a band, and they really wanted to put out a record, and it was like over a year of lead time to like print.
Yeah.
At this point, it's like
Yeah.
crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think part of that had to do with COVID too, though.
Yeah,
Supply
for sure.
chain, everything.
Yeah, just getting your hands on enough raw materials to like actually make the vinyl, press the vinyl,
Yeah.
make the sleeves like.
They're so dope though. When you
Yeah.
get
So many things you just don't consider
yeah.
Mhm.
how easy it is to disrupt.
Mhm.
You know, just a thought. Ooh, I can't say that.
So when you DJ out in the world,
Mhm.
what's the vibe? Also very eclectic?
Yeah, usually. I guess it just depends on the gig. Like, for example, the gig this past weekend was a Maker Fair, so it was just like more or less like whatever I wanted to play for the most part, as long as it wasn't too much
So just like a lot of death metal?
cursing and
or...
stuff. Yeah, Christian death metal.
Christian death metal.
But yeah, like just almost anything and everything. Even like found like some time to play some buzzcocks and stuff. Like
Wow, at Maker Fair?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Totally. It's just you just kind of like work it into whatever the vibe is, you know.
Yeah.
And you
and-
DJ under the name Specific Islander.
No, I
That's
DJ
not-
under the name Mellow Mojo. It
Oh,
used to be
'cause isn't that who was
it used to
DJing
be
for
Mellow-
Consumption?
Mellow Yellow, and
Mojo.
then
Specific Islander is
and then it
his
used to
Instagram handle.
be Mojo Jojo,
Oh, that's your Instagram.
and then I just
not your
combined the
DJ
two,
name.
so it's Mellow Mojo
Got
now.
it.
Mellow Mojo.
That's where I got mixed up. That's your Instagram.
It's my other handle.
Is it?
Mojo
Yeah.
Jojo. So if people want to catch you, they can look
Mellow.
for that name.
Mellow.
Mellow Mojo now.
Mellow
yeah,
Mojo.
I merged the two.
We'll
Got
put
it.
We'll put it in the ticker.
We'll put it in the
This is
ticker.
very confusing.
Got a lot of alter egos
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
at least a few. Yeah.
It's cool.
So you got into music because of your family's record collection, and then how did you get into actually DJing and playing music for other people?
I met this dude Casey when I was working at a coffee shop in undergrad, and he was already DJing. He had a couple like weekly gigs just out and about in Reno. He had like I want to say it was like a Thursday night thing that he was doing at Green Room at the time, and he invited me over one Thursday. It was like, yeah, I'll like just like show you how and just break some records, and he showed me the fundamentals like within like 5 minutes or something like that, and then he's like, cool, now you play, and then just like threw me right into it, and I just like haven't stopped since.
Yeah.
So you play vinyl when you nice.
And that was the only way I ever learned. I never learned Serato or on CDJs or anything
Yeah,
like that. So
Ableton or whatever. That's rad. And do you do all kinds of things? Like you'll do weddings and party? Like
Yeah.
all, really, you're kind of open to whatever?
I've done weddings, bar mitzvahs, birthdays.
Nice. That's good to know because people do hit us up at the generator for various events and they're like, do you know artists? And I'm like,
Yeah,
But now I know you. Ta-da!
art exhibitions and stuff like that.
Yeah, cool. Nice. If you're going to have a gallery show or
Yeah.
something and you need a person that's going to...
You music.
I feel like you're very classy too with records, and you've got a good vibe. Like you
Thanks.
know,
Yeah.
like it's not just like no offense, but your average like wedding DJ or something. You know what I mean? When
Yeah.
when you think of wedding singer or something,
Sure.
We're gonna get some hate from the wedding DJs
come for me. Prove me wrong, dude. Let's go. I don't know how. What do we have a competition? I don't know what's about to happen. Montage.
Yeah.
6 months later. It's
Just do like a split wedding set. They do the first half, I'll do the second half. Or
Okay,
vice
cool,
versa.
cool.
Yeah,
We'll see which one's grooving.
there we go. Or we could just do 1-to-1 where like I'll play a platter and then they'll play.
Oh yeah. So like who's dancing harder?
Totally.
But then whoever drops the electric slide first wins.
Is that how that works?
Not the chicken dance.
I was just gonna say
Oh.
that. No.
Mashup.
Cotton Eye Joe.
Oof. Okay. So
You
terrible.
don't
It's
love
a list of
rednecks.
all the worst wedding songs. Well.
Okay, guys. So you're born and raised in Reno?
Born in San Francisco, like we moved up here when I was still in my Huggies, so more or less.
Yeah, pretty much. Cool.
This is
And then did you go to UNR?
I did, yeah. Did undergrad there. Focused on photography, majored in art, minored in cultural anthropology.
Dang. I love all those things.
Yeah.
I mean, your Instagram is great. So you are taking your own photos most of the time?
Yeah, usually.
Cool. Do you do other photo stuff?
Not so much lately. I have picked up a couple medium format cameras that I definitely like want to make a mobile darkroom kind of setup for the back of the truck, or seen some documentaries on people that have like made dark rooms in like tents and stuff like that.
Wow.
And so they'll go like backpacking even, and just like as long as they have a water source, they can
What?
they can
You're
go and do
developing
that
next
stuff,
to a
you
stream.
know?
You're
That
just
is
like,
not
let me look at my.
backpacking.
I mean, which
taking
just
a
like
dark
goes
room.
aside from like camera obscura, like I feel like that goes like right back to like the roots of photography. Although they cheated and used pack mules at the time.
And certainly you won't be
No.
using mules.
Totally, no, just
You could just get a mule.
child labor, like
I have children. If
Perfect.
Yeah, you could borrow our children to be your mules.
excellent.
You're not going to get very far. I'm sorry.
Just let him figure it out.
I'm gonna dangle the Doritos bag in front of them.
It'll work for a little while.
Yeah.
Then it's gonna have to be a Paw Patrol or a
We're like,
truck.
okay, this is like 5 minutes for every bag. How many bags will we need?
Yeah. You could be carrying a lot of stuff at the
Yeah.
end of this.
Yeah, a lot. That's really cool. Medium format. So just like 35 millimeter.
Medium format. They're like, I think one's I guess it's like kind of like between medium and large. Like one's I think it has like a 4x5 on it.
Cool.
As far as like the plate. So I guess that's large. That's considered large format. It's like half an 8x10, and an 8x10 is definitely large format. But anyways, like tin types, like glass plate processing,
Wow, yeah.
that sort of stuff.
Oh, cool.
That's epic.
Yeah.
Could you do that at the flea market?
Well, I
It's in
gotta
3
get it all together first. But
I want that to
yeah.
happen.
I don't see why not. At some point.
I used
Yeah.
to. I have some 120 camera, like toy, the plastic cameras, like
Mhm.
Olga,
Yeah,
whatever,
Olgas.
Diana Plus, yeah.
Mhm.
And I was really into that, but there's no place to develop it, so now I just stopped.
I don't even know if they have the darkroom and all of that set up at the
The
university
Holland.
anymore, do they?
Oh, I don't know.
The Holland did for a minute, but
Mhm.
I don't
But
think
I
they
don't
do
think
now.
for large format stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't personally know how to develop, so
Mhm.
that would have to be a whole thing. But that's really cool that you do that too. That makes a lot of sense why your Instagram is beautiful.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trained.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever leave Reno, or you've just kind of been here since? You got-
More or less been here, like months at a time here and there. Like spent 1 month or 2 months out in Maui with a couple friends, like early 2000s. But
Oh, nice.
nothing permanent, like no permanent concern.
Yeah.
You're like moved away.
Right.
How do you feel about Reno right now? I mean, you must like it because you're still here.
How do I feel? I feel as though a lot of folks that like made Reno what it was have gone, and I don't necessarily like. I feel like from early 2000s till now, like I felt as though like anytime people left, they would be back within a few years. I don't really necessarily feel like that's going to be the trend going forward.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's a push pull. I'm not really sure. I don't feel bad. I don't feel great about it. But you know, hey,
More chips.
more chips.
Speaking of wanting
the
more chips.
chip goblin is returned.
So we like to ask everybody, what advice would you give to an emerging DJ that was like trying to get into the scene and wanted to do either radio work or event work?
Like, what if you want to get into radio? That sounds like a good.
I guess first and foremost, ask yourself, do you have a love for music? If you don't love the music, you're not going to have a lot of like long-term staying power, I don't think. I have always loved music, so it just felt natural, and especially like when I started playing out, like I am an introvert, although I force myself to be more outwardly extroverted in a lot of situations. I think DJing is one of those things where I can be completely present in the space with everybody, but also like totally removed
Like
from.
you have a job,
Yeah.
anything you're
Yeah,
doing.
yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
So, ask yourself, is it for the love of music, or do you think this is going to be some way to like make a lot of money? Because it's not. You got to have that passion first.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of the best DJs, it's like people that are just borderline obsessed with music, and you have
Mhm.
this huge catalog that you can pull from.
Totally.
How long does it take you to make your playlist for the show?
Usually I'm working on several at once already, and then just kind of like the beginning of the week that I'm going to be recording, I'll just kind of like be like, okay, what's the vibe this week? And just pick whichever one's closest to what I'm thinking. But there's also been plenty of times where I've like had the playlist, had my set together the night before, and then like I wake up the next morning and be like, nope, this isn't the vibe, and then like have to like start completely over from scratch. But like I'll at least like have that show as like on the back burner for another time.
That's some real artist shit right there.
Yeah, it is. I was thinking that
It's
too.
like, no,
Like,
this
you're
isn't-
not
no.
like, if you're not like killing your darlings.
Or it's
yeah.
not just like coming together exactly as I wanted it to. I'll just be like, I'll either like get in contact with Tom, he's the manager at the station, and just be like, yeah, I gotta postpone, or like, can I like come to record this on Friday instead of Thursday or something, or just like be like, hey, I'm gonna be a little later, like I need another 2 hours just to like get this thing together.
I like that you're super committed to it being like exactly what it needs to be.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's how a lot of artists operate, or would like to anyways. It's just like, yeah, you have to cut the umbilical cord at one point, but like before that, you're just like, this is my baby. Like, I want to be proud of my baby.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you have any like times where you completely bombed at a gig? Like just put on the totally wrong track for the moment?
I can't think of anything like that, but I can definitely think of times where I've overbooked myself. Like I agreed to do this late night birthday party / costume party last year at a bar, and I knew what I was getting into. I mean, come 7 a.m. when I was watching the sunrise, I was like, I got other gigs in a few hours, and I gotta get a little bit of sleep before then.
Oh man.
And I definitely like overslept, slept like right through my alarm, and like was late to the gig, like woke up to like multiple missed messages and like a couple missed phone calls. I was like, cool, great, all right.
That's intense.
Yeah.
Are there
the
any
risks of working in nightlife, I suppose?
Nice, the mic's on?
You're on.
Sweet. Hey guys.
Hi.
So that's Mellow Mojo, Pacific Islander. He's really rad. Go to Royce and get drinks from him, or listen to his show on K-Wink, or hit him up about DJing. I got a couple stuff for Instagram Roundup.
Instagram roundup. It's
Hee-haw.
time.
Yee-haw. Can I take the mouse?
It's still on the purple screen. Oh, I think. Hold on.
What's
What is that in the way?
Oh no.
Alex.
It's almost time. It's almost time for Instagram roundup.
Oh, guys, Kay made this for me for my birthday.
Oh yeah.
Oh, another Kay thing. Kay's a good friend to have.
Mm-hmm.
She makes cool stuff. And she's really enthusiastic about life.
Mm-hmm. It's because she's young and she's not broken yet like us.
It's a bit
Okay, ready and Instagram roundup. You have a mouse.
Yeah! Welcome to Instagram Roundup, where we look at the internet together with you.
On the internet.
Double scoop.
So Double Scoop's doing a really awesome profile of some of the artists at the flea market, like Jill Colbert, who is also known as Manafish, and Jill did one of the
Posters.
one of the like logos for the flea this year, and she also did like some other designs. So it's cool. Like just go to Double Scoop and you can learn about different vendors that are going to be at the flea. So here's another one, Hazel, who was on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't already follow Double Scoop, you really should. They're just like a local art
You can't
website.
be watching this and not following Double Scoop.
Yeah, follow them.
If you're
And
interested
they-
in this, you're interested in that.
They originally were just Northern Nevada, and now they actually have some people down in Vegas too. So it's all of Nevada, and there's also Theater Scoop, which is just specifically about theater. So that's really rad.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely follow them. It's Chris Wagner, who used to work for Reno News and Review back when that was a thing. So, okay, Holland Project, just their new billboards are out, and I freaking love this project so much. It's so cool. It
It's
makes
really
me
great.
really happy every time I see a billboard.
Yeah, I love this because I hate advertising. So,
It's awesome.
like to have art instead of shitty like advertising billboards, like just polluting your life. It's amazing.
It's cool too, cause like, so this person is a fiber artist, you know, and this was a weave that they then took a photo of. So you don't have to be, you know, a traditional 2D artist. You can kind of figure out ways to take your art and then put them onto a billboard. So you should apply.
It's really cool.
Eating Reno, I just saw this today and it was so cute. It's at Num Num Boba, and it's like a little bear waffle in this ice cream.
Looks delicious.
Looks delicious. I want to go.
Looks like it's like a green tea ice cream.
Yeah, or matcha.
Nice.
It's
Oh,
matcha.
matcha.
Matcha and vanilla.
Oh, it's the same thing. Matcha's green tea.
Oh, fun facts. I didn't know that.
We're learning something here today. Omakase.
Yeah, this new
I love that.
omakase place is going to be opening up. Very fancy. Not gonna lie, I don't like that they made Village at Ranchera, but there are cool things there. I just liked it better when it was a horse pasture. That's all I'm saying. But I'm a traditional, you know, forest witch, so I can't be bothered with that bullshit. But it's cool, and there's cool stuff there. You should go. It's already happened. If you're not going to be at the Flea, or maybe before you come to the Flea, you can go do the Polar Lake Plunge at Lake Tahoe on Sunday.
50-minute guided breath work.
Dang, it's crazy. It's $40. I don't know if you want. No, it's cool. You should go. Go and come to the Flea and tell us how it is. That's
Go
probably
do guided breath work and then jump in the water.
Yeah, I bet it's actually going to be transformative and really shocking.
It'll be shocking.
Yeah. And then you can come down to the flea
I'll do
market.
it. I'll jump in the lake, whatever.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Go pay $40 and go jump
I'm just
in the
gonna do
lake.
it for free sometime.
The Youngblood show is coming up. The deadline is May 2nd, so you still have some time. If you don't already know about the Youngbloods, it happens, I think, twice a year, maybe just once a year. Does it say on here? No. But it's artists under 21. So
Yeah,
it's
I
just,
feel like it must happen twice because I feel like it has happened within the past like 6 months.
yeah, I don't know.
I don't think it's been a year.
But it's awesome, and they have a party, and it's really fun, and you should put art in it if you're under 21. And if you're over 21, you should go and support these Youngbloods. It's always a good time, and it's $1.
Nice.
So cheap. And I just wanted to show off I started working in collaboration with Christine Palmer. If you guys don't know her, we've interviewed her before. She's a local artist. And so now I started making bandanas that are tulips for Afghanistan and just to support the people there and what they're going through. So I'll probably actually, my plan is to donate the money to the Northern Nevada International Center because they rehome like Afghan people who are, you know,
And refugees.
Yeah, refugees. When I said rehome, it made me think of pets, and then I was like, this is not the terminology I want to use, but you know what I'm saying. They help refugees who are
Yeah, they
coming
help
to stay here in Nevada. So that's my bandana project. It's called Immigration Print Project, and yeah, I do Ukraine stuff, and now I do Afghanistan stuff. Syria, I think, next. And last but not least, James Gales. We've interviewed him before. He's a really amazing artist.
Like,
Who's
really amazing.
really amazing. Originally from New York and then Oakland, and now here in Reno. And he'll be doing a watercolor portrait.
It's about rendering the human head.
Alicia's really
in
into
watercolor.
those words.
I like this phrasing.
Yeah. So it's June 7th and 8th. It's so cheap, $70 for 2 days.
Yeah, I'm gonna, unless there's some reason I can't, I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, his work is incredible. It's really beautiful. You should check him out. And go back through and listen to the show that we did with him because it's awesome.
Yeah, he's a really interesting guy.
Yeah, he's really fascinating. All right, that's it. My kids are right around the corner, so we're gonna go, and I got a lot to do to get ready for the Flea, but don't miss it. Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 6, and it's $7 to get in.
See you there.
Yeah, see you at the Flea.